Your nails look good though. Good morning. I'll crack your window.
I don't want to because I don't know what's going to happen.
Good morning, guys. Happy, I was going to say Tuesday again. It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life and finances. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? Hope you're ready to get this morning started. It is a beautiful Wednesday, and it's going to be a great day. Right, Rosamond? You want to say good morning? So I hope everybody is up and ready to get the day started. I hope you had a great day on yesterday. I hope you enjoyed the show. Y'all, Rosamond, yesterday, did y'all know that the show was an hour long yesterday? I did not know that. Yeah. It was really, like, if you missed yesterday's show, I was crying. I got a little emotional. The show, it was really for me, and y'all just came along for the ride. So, the show was good yesterday. So today, I'm going to be quick, and I'm going to tell you, excuse me, y'all, I'm so sleepy. Every night, I go home with the intent of going to bed, but I had Girl Scouts last night, so I didn't get home till late. And we know how that is. And so, yeah. So I'm really, really sleepy right now. Although it's going to be a great, great day. Yes, and I talked to my purpose partners last night, and we had a funny time. So today, y'all, like, for real, I don't know what happened yesterday. I could not stop talking, and it overtook me, and we went a whole hour yesterday. I'm sticking to my normal time today. So, welcome, everybody. Good morning. Yes, it is the Kardashian. Miss Margaret said good morning, Rosamond. Rosie looks very sporty today. She's very cute today.
I'm very comfortable today.
Thank you, man. Let me tell you. Pray for me. Because, like, for real, I just took the pin curls out. For everybody, Rosie here. So, here's the fearless thought for today. And it's going to be quick and easy. And it's, y'all, every day the thought is really for me. And y'all just get to see me walk through how I handle it or deal with it or share it. Good morning, Kiba. Can you stop popping your neck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I just heard you snap.
Oh my God, Kaden did that last night. He threw the crackers, and we were like, Kaden, and he was like,
Thank you, Miss Margaret. It's been a process. All right, so here's the fearless thought for the day. Walk in the direction of the purpose and the possibilities, and it will make the journey a little easier instead of getting stuck in complacency. Walk in the direction of your purpose and the possibilities. It would make the journey a little easier instead of being stuck in complacency. I'm just saying. When we walk in the direction of our purpose and the possibilities, it will then make the journey easier instead of being stuck in complacency. I need you to write that down for me.
I have to use the
Well, you got to write it down. I'm sorry. And you took my pencil. So that simply means when you take the time to, oh, so sorry. When you take the time to understand your true purpose and you start to walk in that and follow that journey, it makes it easier than being stuck in what you're currently doing. So, because being stuck in what you're currently doing is not getting you what you want. I have been stuck so many times, y'all. Y'all don't even know. Huh? Oh, God. I've been stuck a gazillion times. And it wasn't until I had those quiet moments. Great morning, Miss Valerie. That I decided to follow my purpose. I decided to step off the safe path, right? I decided to be okay with making a mistake. I decided a lot of things to help get me unstuck. Because what I realized is that being stuck, and write it where I can read it. Being stuck where I was.
I'm the one with legible handwriting.
Hey. I got good handwriting sometimes.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
That's why the guy messed up the number.
Whatever.
He can't read it.
Whatever. When I stopped allowing myself to be stuck, and sometimes we allow ourselves to stay stuck in this situation because it's easier than taking responsibility to do something for it. I realized that a lot of my friendships were, I was stuck in them because I didn't want to do the work to address the problem that was there. And because I didn't want to do that, I was stuck in a friendship that was not supporting me. It might have been supporting the other person, but it wasn't supporting me. And that one I had to learn the really hard way. And it wasn't fun. I didn't like that at all. But I knew I had to do it because I was on a certain path. I was walking towards a certain thing, and that was going to be a constant thing to hinder me. Somebody said it's a rock in my shoe. Margaret, was that you? Different relationship though, Margaret, but the same concept. It was going to continue to be a rock in my shoe if I didn't address it. And then once I picked my big girl panties on and addressed it, then my life became a little easier. Walk in the direction of the purpose and the possibilities, and it will then make the journey a little easier instead of being stuck in complacency. Because that can put that back where you found it. Did y'all see her?
I gotta get back there. I gotta get my stuff out.
Okay.
Don't do that to me.
I'm just saying.
Lying
Have a good
to
day.
These people.
I'm not lying to the people.
Yes, you
I
are.
love you. Be peaceful.
Love you.
You have to unlock the door.
You like locking me in the car.
I love locking you in the car. Yes, Miss Valley. It was hard. Like, I haven't done the one we talked about, but in the beginning when I did another one, it was really, really hard. But at the end of the day, it comes to a point where it's so, what's the word I want to use? Like, it's so what's the word?
It's
persistent.
There
Yeah,
we go.
Rosie did like this. It's so persistent. It's so on me. Thank you, Rosemont, for dropping the phone. It's so, like, I've got to do, it's so urgent. That's the word, the urgency of it, because I can't go on until that thing is done. So, walk in the direction of your purpose and the possibilities of your purpose, okay? And it will make the journey a little easier instead of being stuck in complacency. Because once you start to understand, once you start stretching and growing, and you start to understand your process, or get more of an awareness, or you can see clearly. Now the sun is, it's going to be a bride.
Now the rain is gone.
Yeah. When I talk, I hear songs, so I have to input the song right there. All right, love you. Have a great day.
Love you
Be
too.
peaceful. You get your money?
Yeah.
So, walk in a direction. So once you start to walk in a direction, things become clearer, and it seems like things fall into place. When I think, and this is my theory, this is JoJo theory, right? My theory is once you start walking in your purpose, or you can call it purpose, or what you love to do, or the things you like to do, whatever the word you want to use, once you start doing that thing that makes your soul happy, or whatever it is, then it is not that things start to fall into place. It's just now that you can see them. Because before, you were so busy concentrating on what you couldn't do, or the answers that you couldn't find, that you couldn't see the answer that was right in front of you. And now that you're living, or you're walking in the direction of the thing that you want to achieve, now you're able to see the answer. It's not that they suddenly appeared. They have always been there. It was just our inability to see them because we were stuck in complacency, or we were stuck in the negativity, or we were stuck in the thought that we couldn't, or we could have, that we were going to be less than or have lack than. And that's why we couldn't see the answer. Sometimes the answer we're seeking is there. It's right in front of your face, but you can't see it because, again, you haven't made room for it. And then again, it's filled with a complaining spirit in space, so you can't see the answer. Yes, you can't run your waist weight down. A to the men, Miss Valerie. Thank you, Mr. Valerie, very much. You cannot. And you got to be okay with losing some of that weight. You got to be okay with losing some of that weight. And this is what I learned from that. So I had to let go of a friendship that was years old, like over 15, 16, 17 years old. I had to let go of that friendship because I knew there was a place I was trying to go. And again, it wasn't serving me. And there's a fine line between you having to do the work of the relationship because there's a relationship there and people taking advantage of you, and you thinking one thing and it's not that way. And so, as my friends remind me, take the emotions out of it, JoJo, and let's deal with the facts, which is what I tell myself. But sometimes you need your purpose partners to tell you. And so, this is a friendship, godly, over 20 years that I had to deal with. And I loved the person. I just didn't love the relationship. So I had to take a step back. Once I started walking toward my purpose, it was hard. But it was easier to address that than it was to stay stuck in what I was at. And then 3 years later, I came back and I redefined our relationship. So now it's a friendship that serves two people instead of one. Sometimes you can come back. Sometimes you can't. But you can't be weighed down, because that was one of the things that was weighing me down. And I knew that I couldn't keep going if I was concentrating on that thing. If I was concentrating on that thing that was bothering me in the back of my mind, and I couldn't get to it because I didn't want to address it, because I didn't want to deal with it, because I was stuck in complacency. Well, it ain't really bothering nobody. Well, it ain't really doing this. But in all actuality, it was. Walk in the direction of the purpose and your possibilities, and then it will make the journey a little more easier. It will make the journey a little easier instead of being stuck in complacency. And that may mean for you that you challenge your job career. Go see Margaret, the job coach. That's what she does. Maybe it's challenging. Y'all, I'm going to tell you the story and I'm getting off of here. I had to challenge being stuck in complacency. That's where I was with my relationship to church. And I had got so complacent and so I went through stages. Like, so I was the first lady, and, I always worked in the church. Number one, I've always done all the things in the church. Everything you could imagine, I always did. Then I became a first lady, and so that just amplified the things I did in the church. Well, then I was so wrapped up in my identity of working in the church that when I was no longer working in the church or the first lady, here I am having a deal. Like, how do I then have my relationship with God if I'm not working in the church? And y'all, that transition was so hard. And then, so I found a church that I went to, and I got caught up again, did the same work. And then I moved and found myself in another church where they didn't need me for nothing. And the whole purpose of me going there was just to sit down, be quiet, and listen. And y'all, that was hard, because I had got complacent, meaning used to, adjusted to. It was my new normal to always do all the things. But then, was all the things giving me what I really needed? And then when I found a place where I sat down and I did nothing, then my relationship changed, which made it better. When you walk in the direction of the purpose and the possibilities, of then make the journey a little easier instead of being stuck in complacency. Sometimes we're stuck and we don't know we're stuck because it's our daily routine. And because it's not bothering anybody, and you may seem happy. Here's my thing. We can all say, I'm happy and I'm fulfilled with where I am and what I'm doing. But I want to ask like the deeper question. If you could change anything, any aspect of your life, and we all say if money was no object, if, you didn't have the parameters of your life that you have now, where would you be? What would you be doing? What would be your soul's calling if you did not have the current restrictions of your life right now? What would that be? What would that look like? And is that something that you secretly keep to yourself? Like, Jojo, I be having this thought, like if I didn't have to work 12-hour shifts, like this is what I could really do. Jojo, if I didn't have to work 12-hour shifts and pick up a job to take care of these kids, this is what I would really like to do. What if that's the thoughts that you have to yourself when there's no one there. And y'all know for me, I'm telling you, these deaths in my family have been coming hard. And, burying my aunt over the weekend, it reminded me yet again how short, how delicate life is, and how many times we are sitting there wishing and hoping that we had done something different when we could have. It simply was going to take a little work. And because we're afraid of the work of the thing, we're not going to do it. Because we're afraid of the words, we're not going to say it. And that may keep you from walking in the purpose that you need to be. That may keep you from achieving the thing that you're sent here to do. Because we all have a purpose that we're sent here to do. You can't say you don't know it. It's you just haven't been quiet enough to recognize it. Because it's there. It's always there. It's always knowing. Like I said yesterday, trust the knower. Trust that inner you. Give it a little bit of confidence to guide you in the right direction. Today's fearless thought. Walk in the direction of your purpose and the possibilities of your purpose. It will then make the journey a little easier instead of being stuck in complacency. Y'all, if y'all saying something, I can't see anything because the sun has taken the whole screen. At least it's shining in my face, so I can't see the screen. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show. Thank you guys so much for joining. I greatly appreciate you. The fearless thought for the day is walk in the direction of the purpose and the possibilities. And then it will make the journey easier instead of being stuck in complacency. I'm at the point now where I question everything. I question why I'm doing, what is my intent? What is my intention? Why am I saying yes? I question every aspect of that. And is it lining up? Is it starting to line up? Now, it took me a minute to get to, we talking years, it took me a minute to get to that where it's immediate. But when you start doing that, or when you start looking at that, then, my friend, it starts to become a little easier of what you accept and what you don't accept, what you allow and what you don't allow, and what lines up with your purpose and how that works for you. So I promised you guys I wouldn't keep you long today because I went so long yesterday. But if your friends and family do not have Facebook, please make sure that you share with them the YouTube channel. If they do not have YouTube, then they can sign up to have the Fearless Morning Show delivered directly to their email box. Don't forget you can pre-order my 5 ebook series, Foundations Matter, bit.ly/foundations with a capital F, Foundations Matter, and then it's on sale, and it will be delivered to your email box on tomorrow. So if you know somebody who needs that, needs a little help to live past crazy, who needs that little push, or maybe they need that accountability partner, or maybe they need that purpose partner, send them on over here to the Fearless Morning Show. Don't forget, I Am My Sister's Keeper t-shirts are available at livepastcrazy.com. For some reason, I could not type in my website yesterday on Facebook. It would not allow me at all. So livepastcrazy.com is the website. It is under construction. But everything is there, but it is going to be changing soon. So I hope this has helped somebody. I greatly appreciate you guys coming. I'm trying to see. I can't see. coming on to share your time with me every morning. And I try not to take it for granted. I greatly appreciate you for showing up and just being here and being part of the Fearless Morning Show family. So the Fearless thought for the day. And I want y'all to do these things because I do this and I don't want to be doing it by myself. Walk in the direction of your purpose and the possibilities, and it will then make the journey a little easier instead of being complacent. Instead of being stuck in complacency. Don't get stuck. Challenge yourself today. Y'all remember that Bill Cosby show when he was tap dancing and that man said challenge and Bill Cosby would tap dance and then he would challenge the man? I challenge you today. You should challenge yourself. And here's my thing. We get angry, we get upset, we challenge everybody else, but when it comes to being who we need to be, loving ourselves, finding space for ourselves, finding quiet time for ourselves, adjusting the world for ourselves, we fall short. We don't do that because we assume we're not that important. Boo. You are everything. You are all the things that the world needs. Why get upset with everything else when you're not going to get upset that you're lacking in the essentials that you need to grow and to live? I'm just saying. Don't take that for granted. Challenge yourself today to walk in the possibilities of your journey, to walk in the direction of it. And when you do, it makes the journey just a little bit easier, and so that you're not stuck in complacency. Again, some people, that's what they want. They love the routine, and I'm happy for them. I'm really happy because some people, that's truly what they want in life. Thank you, Michael. That's truly what they want, and that's A-okay. But for those who want more, question: why do you stay? Why do you work for things that satisfy not your soul? Why are you continuing to stay? What is your intent? What is your intention? Why are you saying yes? Why are you doing a thing that doesn't? There's no benefit for you and there's no benefit for them. Yes, lack makes us do crazy. Yeah, absolutely, it does. And then we have that mentality of lack. And so then that mentality of lack is passed down to our children. And then it becomes generational. Have you ever seen generational of poor people? Generational of people where they don't finish their educations. Generational of people who have the same attitude, mind concept as their sister who, or mama or grandma who has an attitude. And y'all, I'm going to tell you some brain science. And for real, I'm closing out the show. Your thoughts are so real. And the minute you get upset and you don't work through you being upset, it becomes an attitude. Your attitude, it becomes a mood. Then it becomes, from a mood, it becomes an attitude. From an attitude, it becomes a behavior. And that happens within a span of 4 months because you can't let go of the thing that happened to you. And so now you have a behavior, and a behavior is simply a series of thoughts that have been reinforced over and over and over again. So if somebody hurt you 4 months ago and you keep reliving it in your mind, okay, that's now your behavior, because now you're angry and bitter and upset. And then remember, your mind doesn't know the difference between the past and the present. So if I keep reliving my husband doing what he did to me every day, my body is always in a constant state of emergency because it doesn't know that it happened years ago. It thinks it's happening right now. So imagine you keep living how your mama hurt you. You keep reliving how your daddy hurt you. You keep reliving how that man left you or that woman left you, how they broke your heart. You keep reliving that. Your brain doesn't know that it's not real. So it continues to create the reality that you presented. And so now your behavior is a series of thoughts that you keep reinforcing over and over and over again. So every day I'm reliving this tragedy. Every day I'm reliving this hurt. And so now I have a set behavior that I'm passing along to everybody I come in contact with, especially my children. And so my children assume because this is my mother or this is my father's behavior, because they keep doing it over and over and over again, then it is correct. Okay? And so now you have somebody that hurt you, that became a mood, that became an attitude, that became a behavior that you now pass down to generations, because of one thing that happened to you. And if that one person down the line doesn't try to figure that out, like, where did this come from? You're going to have generations of behaviors behind one action. Does that make sense? Y'all know the story of I'm 3 generations afraid of flying, afraid of water, because my grandmother was afraid of water and she was afraid of flying. So her scarcity, her fear embedded into my mother, and she reinforced it in my mother, that behavior, that thought process, who then presented it to me. And my mother didn't even tell me she was afraid of flying, but she presented things in such a way that I picked up her fear. And then here I am passing it down to my children. So my great-grandmother is affecting my children's life because she was afraid of flying and she was afraid of water. Had I not challenged or asked the questions, walked in the direction of my purpose, stepped off the safe path, was okay to make a mistake, I never would have known that it was simply a thought that she had that became a mood, that became a behavior that has been passed down by generations. And that, my friend, is how simple it happens. And that's how we as women get the concept that there's no good men. That's how we get the concept that people are crazy. That's how we get the concept of all these things. It's because somebody took a thought and they reinforced it over and over and over again and became our behavior, and we passed it down. That's all that is. And if there's nobody there to question that, it continues generation to generation. It continues. It doesn't stop. So challenge yourself today not to be stuck in complacency. Once you start to walk in the direction and in the path of your future, the journey becomes a little bit easier, because then you rather walk in that than stay stuck in complacency. So that's my brain science thought for today. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing, what's today? Wednesday. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday. Please make sure you share the show. If your friends and family do not have Facebook, please make sure you send them over to YouTube. Simply type in Fearless Morning Show and we will come up. If they don't do any social media, they can have the Fearless Morning Thought of the Day delivered to their email. I will post that link later today so that you can share it with them. Don't forget the 5 ebook series is on sale. bit.ly/Foundations Matter, and that's a capital F. Foundations Matter, because I'm just out here trying to help a sister. I am my sister's keeper. It has been my pleasure, and it's always been an honor to be here with you guys, and y'all allow me to share my thoughts with you on how I live past crazy and how I do it every day. It's an everyday process. Please understand, it gets easier so that I'm not taken with it on an everyday basis. But hey, all right, guys, I hope you have a great Wednesday. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. And remember, please compliment a sister today or a brother today, because it may be the only kind word that they hear. And you never know whose life you're going to change just by saying one word of kindness. So do that today. Thank you, Michael. I greatly appreciate you. Yeah, I know I'm frowning. That's because I can't, the sun like it's for real all in my eyes and I can't see anything. All right, guys, I hope you have an amazing Wednesday. I will see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.